Hello Rig Team video. Today we're gonna take a look at a triple Shadow Kanto starter team here, which is going to be very interesting. A viewer of mine got inspired by my recent video about the triple Shadow legendaries for the Kanto region as well, where I battled basically the exact same team as it as well. That was a kind of fun battle as well. I made a short about it, and now we can take a look at basically their side as well. It's not the same person I played then with my triple Shadow legendary Kanto Pokemon there, but still very cool to see this team here. To the team, actually it's a little bit tricky to find the correct team comp for this, because you have like the three starters. In which order do you want to play them? If I would want to choose, I most likely would use the Charizard in the lead here, the Saystop of the of the Blastoise, and then the Venusaur on the back. You actually see a Swampert, which is going to actually very good catch there from this player, getting the Hydrokin on your Venusaur. They can, they're actually staying in here as well, and they're going to, they're going to catch the move on the Noctowl. This will be a tricky one. I think you wouldn't see MP against the Swampert though, so you might still have a chance here, but it's going to be close. You could have went for a Sludge Bomb here. This is kind of sad that you didn't go for it, and you have to go for Dragon Claw. But I think one more Dragon Claw might be enough to knock out the opponent as well here. But let's see, it should be, right? I think it is. I think the Wine Whip damage did enough damage here, and it did. Nice, good game there. First good game. But yeah, I think that the best order for this would be Charizard, Blastoise, Saystop, and the Venusaur on the back. If you think about it, Charizard is your best bet basically against Dragon-type Pokemon as well, like Altaria. If you swap in your Blastoise, you most likely get them out because they are Water-type, but you still have Ice Beam for it. And same as well, if you think about like the typings in general, what you want to counter, I feel like this would be the ideal scenario for you. For example, if you face a Swampert in the lead with your Charizard, you still have two good answers in the back. While, yeah, otherwise it's also not always the case, but it's a little bit tricky. Like, the question here is really tricky to answer, because like everything is kind of okay with that. It's like basically rock, paper, scissors here anyway. So we will be able to see the Shadow Ball getting shielded here, and a perfect farm down from Shadow Charizard here. What a cool Pokemon. We already had a video earlier today with the normal Charizard with the rank 1 team in the world right now, which is also an interesting one. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out, and also leave this video a like if you enjoy this content. I really enjoy those theme teams recently. I don't know, bringing a little bit more spice into the Great League feels a little bit cooler than just using always just the meta teams. But there are a lot of meta teams coming up in the next couple of days for you to climb, because we're getting into the climbing season. Let me know in the comment section which rank you are right now, because it would be interesting for me as well to see what kind of content you want to see. If you're like close to Legend, do you want to see like good teams to use right now? Stuff like this. Here sadly this player loses just barely by like one turn they needed to get to the Dragon Claw. Still a good game here. You have two good answers against Medicham in the back, so I would swapped out here if I was you, but they go straight for the Power Punch. That's so weird. You're actually gonna go to the Venusaur Saystop, which I feel like, especially here, is not really a good Saystop in this current meta. I feel like Venusaur Saystop is something that you should never use. Either Charizard or the Blastoise are good Saystops in this meta, but you're still going to be able to at least get one shield from the opponent here, but they're going to be able to get the shield back anyway. If they go for one Brave Bird against your Blastoise here, you're going to go into your Blastoise, of course, and you have to shield here. Like, they have to have a okay, you're going to no shield here, and you're going to call the bait, which was a smart move, I guess. Was a very risky one anyway, because you have to use one shield anyway, but that was a wild one. Didn't expect that one to happen here, but we will see the opponent coming into a Ferrothorn. This is very good for you, but also Ferrothorn has access to the move Thunder, which might be an issue, but here you will be able to get them pretty low, which also allows you to put them into range where you can actually farm them down and then maybe throw some Dragon Claws at them. We will see here that you can go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw now. You can go for maybe one more fast move and then go for the next one. If they want to shield, they do want to shield. They're going to swap out into their Medicham. You have to overfarm a little bit, but you can go for the Blast Burn now. We're definitely going to one-shot them. Goodbye Medicham, and you can go still for the Dragon Claw here, which is going to be amazing. Winning this game here as well. But yeah, I feel weird using Venusaur as a Saystop. Wouldn't we do that? Like, wouldn't we recommend it to you? We see the good lead here. We see a very good lead here with the Galarian Stunfisk against you. Also for Stunfisk, of course, here it's a very good one because you have a good lead there. But if you have like the Charizard and the lead, you still have two answers for Stunfisk in the back. Venusaur is kinda an answer. It's a little bit tricky sometimes, but usually it should work out pretty well. Here you of course have a very good matchup for you. You're going to use two shields already, as they're going to go for the Earthquake now. And you will be able to farm them down usually, but you're going to go ahead and go for one charge move here. This is tricky. You cannot really swap into the Charizard, but you're going to swap into the Charizard. You have to go for the Dragon Claw here. You're going to go for the Dragon Claw first. They would outspeed you to the Blast Burn now and would have got to the Shadow Ball in time, which will knock you out for sure here. But I guess you can farm them down now. I guess with Venusaur, do you get there? I think you can farm them all the way down. Yeah, you can farm them all the way down. Very good for you. As we see the opponent coming in, most likely in something that's okay. They have a Noctowl. I want to say something that will be okay for you, but Noctowl is not really okay for you. Also cool, 2 Shadow Shinies here in this team. They didn't get the third one. I actually didn't get a single Shadow Shiny from the starters, which I was really sad about because I did a lot of them, especially when they just came out. Like, I don't know, like 60, 70 or whatever in total, and didn't get a Shiny of them, but so be it. Here, sadly, the Stunfisk will be able to knock out your Blastoise, which is kind of funny because you actually had a decent lead with them, but at least we see here the Lantern coming in against you, which is really good for you. Lantern is a core breaker. If they don't come in as a Say Swap, you're going to struggle a lot with this Pokemon, but here you will be able to go for a Frenzy Plant. Oh, you wait out a little bit too long. You're going to let this move go through. That's going to be risky because they can farm you down if they shield twice here, but I don't think they want to shield twice, I guess. They do shield once already. Do they shield actually twice here against you? That will be awkward for you to deal with. They do shield twice. This is horrible for you. They will be able to realign their Pokemon now, and I guess you're gonna go into your Blastoise now to go for the charge. Okay, you're gonna go into your... I guess it doesn't... It really depends on what you want to do. I'm not sure if one Dragon Claw is enough. That's why I would have maybe even went to my Blastoise here, but you're going to overfarm perfectly. You kept track on the energy from the opponent, which is nice. This Dragon Claw is actually enough, so this was definitely the better play. We see the Ninetales coming in, and we're going to see the Ninetales going out immediately again because this Blast Burn going to one-shot it. Goodbye there. And we see our best friend Trevenant in the back going to get one shot as well. Charizard is going to town here, just blasting through the opponents. A very good game there, very nicely played there as well. Next opponent, Medicham against you. Medicham going to be an interesting one as well. You can swap into your Venusaur. Again, Venusaur Say Swap here is actually okay-ish because it's your worst answer for Medicham, but I feel like you... Okay, here for this actually it's definitely okay. But yeah, usually I would definitely recommend you to go for the Charizard Say Swap there. But you're actually going to shield this move up, which I think is okay. You should be able to outspeed them for 2 moves because your next Frenzy Plant takes 1 less turn than usual. So you should be able to go for 2 Frenzy Plants still. You might be able to realign. Yes, you can. That's amazing. But now you have to deal still with the opponent's Medicham here, of course. You're going to go straight into your... It's going to be a little bit tricky. Do they have... Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say as well. They're mostly going to have a Bastion in the back just based on the team com there. Very common lineup, just Sableye, Medicham plus Bastion, a very, very, very common lineup. But you might be able to just farm them all the way down. This is your only play here. You have to hope that you can farm them all the way down and get to a move against the Medicham, and you can farm them all the way down. Hydrokinesis is a better move to throw, and you're going to throw it. I think this is already enough to knock them out, right? Yep, it is, and you'll win this game. Very well played there as well. But reading team lines was pretty important usually. We see... a play that I don't like to see here. Totally don't like to see this. I know you're really weak against Lantern, but you cannot just swap out into your best answer because, like, what are you supposed to do now with your backline? That didn't really make any sense at all. You either stay in there or you go into a Charizard because otherwise now, like, the best answer for the Lantern is gone. And if someone leads with a Lantern, be sure that they have an answer for the Pokemon that beat Lantern in the back there. So here Noctowl, for example, is an example for that thingy there, as you're going to be able to destroy those Grass-type Pokemon. So I don't really like this play of swapping into your Venusaur immediately, but I think you already give up. No, you actually don't give up yet at this point. They're going to go into the Sableye for whatever reason. You throw one too early, which I don't know if that's going to get a shield. It doesn't. I actually did get the shield. That's wild. But it doesn't really matter because you have nothing that can hit the opponent's Lantern anymore. So, like, there's nothing that you can do anymore. You can knock them out here, but what does it really do? Like, you're definitely going to lose this game here, and the Lantern is too much. Of course, it's a core breaker for the lead, but, like, if you ever face that, try to not do that like that. Like, don't try to go straight into your hardest answer if you have literally no other answer available. That does really hurt you there. We will see the opponent going into one Sableye. You have to go into your Charizard now because the Magcargo is very strong against your backline there. Like, you have to keep your lead alive there, as we see the foul play coming through and getting out shielded. Dragonclaw going to go through now as well and going to get shielded as well. You're going to invest another shield here as well, which is fine, I guess. I'm not sure if your Blaster is now arranged for the... Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I think that might lose you the game already here, the foul play. You should have thrown earlier. I don't know if this is going to be something that you can still win. They're most likely going to have something Medicham in the bag, I would say. would make the most sense. They're going to go into the Magcargo. Oh, they lag a little bit. That might be beneficial for you. I'm pretty sure they have Medicham in the back based on the team comp. Let's see what they have. No, they actually have Jumpluff in the back. That's also a decent anti-fighting Pokemon, but you will be able to destroy that thing with one Ice Beam for sure. Goodbye there, and you will be able to win this game. Good game there. Magcargo, very cool Pokemon, by the way. Might be featured somewhere near future on my channel as well, but we have to see about that, of course. We see the Noctowl here against you, which is a cool Pokemon as well to use right now, of course, but you will be able to go for the Ice Beam here to hopefully knock them out, but you're actually gonna go for the Hydro Cannon. This is a thing in general, Hydro Cannon and Ice Beam, pretty similar moves. Usually they're fine just going for the Hydro Cannon because of the extra damage from Water Gun. Here the opponent like basically predicted that. And they're gonna go into a Dragonair, which basically already seals the deal. I don't think you can win this game anymore. You have a shield disadvantage, the opponent has a shield advantage, plus an energy advantage, and a Pokemon that basically destroys the entire team. So yeah, Dragonair, in general, Dragon Pokemon are a little bit tricky to deal with. That's why I mean also with using Charizard and Elite would make more sense here, because you will have the best answer for your Dragon types in Elite, and you have a say swap of a Pokemon that has Ice Beam as a coverage move. That does make the most sense in my opinion, so just saying for that one there. As we see here that you can go for one Frenzy Plant, knocking them out, and we will see the opponent going into most likely the Noctowl again. And we see a Swampert in the back, so it's going to be a good game. By the way, if I still sound a little bit weird, I'm still a little bit sick, so hopefully I'm gonna be better sooner or later, but my nose always blocked the last few days already, so like if my videos sound a little bit weird, that's not the audio issue, that's just me as an issue. We see here an Obstagoon. I would usually swap out here, but the opponent decides to swap out and give you a very nice gift here, because if you didn't know, I always say this, so I see Deoxys, one turn move against Deoxys defense is amazing, and you see already why. This thing has basically paper thin HP stat here, but actually the defense stat of the Deoxys, of course, super strong, but with one turn moves, it basically doesn't really matter how your defense stat is if you have like such a low HP stat, allowing you to really do a lot of damage just by the farm down there. They're going to be able to knock you out still, but you can go into whatever Pokemon you want to go into. Charizard, going to be so nice with a wing attack bonus there, just getting the extra energy, going to be able to go for one Blast Burn later, and we see actually the Medicham coming in, which definitely will not appreciate this big Blast Burn coming through, and let's see, we're going to get the shield here, which is fine for you. You can shield up as well. This is a very safe play, and you will be able to go for another Blast Burn, meaning as well that they're going to be weak against Charizard on the back when they bring in the Medicham. Might be something like a Charmer or something. It's going the Obstacle. We already saw that thing, I think, already. So interesting team there. I think I actually battled the opponent as well before, because I remember that team at least. They're gonna get the attack boost, which is going to make this a little bit closer than I thought. Oh no. Do they actually still knock you out here? The attack boost might help them, and it doesn't. You're still going to be able to knock them out here. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a shorter video as well. Very cool team there, inspired by the one team I battled as well. Very cool to see. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.